Hey, so welcome to the overview of a Restore Highland group. Here at Highland, we have actually said that we are all on a path towards restoration, and that on that path, every day you have the opportunity to participate in the resurrection which we have seen Jesus fully experience, and we believe God is alive and active in the midst of this. So we actually designed our communities into what we call Restore Highland Group that focuses towards this vision and makes this happen. So this video is all about telling you, what does a Restore Highland Group actually entail and what does it make up? So simply, let's start with, what is a Restore Highland Group? A Restore Highland Group is what we would recommend around 8 to 12 people who are gathering to commit around three things. They're gathering to commit around each other, they're gathering to commit to a rhythm of life, and they're gathering to commit to restoration. Now let me unpack all three of those. The first one is committing to each other. So at Restore Highland Groups, we use a ratio. We ask, is a group a 3-to-1 or a 2-to-1? And all we simply mean by that is, does a group meet 2 times a month and serve once together, or do they meet 3 times a month and 1 time together? So you commit to a time. The second is committing to a rhythm. We've designed specifically with a team of people and also with people at Highland using our own DNA. We have actually tried out a rhythm that we believe actually sets people up to experience transformation through the Holy Spirit and to partner with God and what God is doing. So the second is partnering to the rhythm, which we'll talk about in a second. And then the third is committing to restoration. So that's kind of that second half of the ratio. If you meet 2 times or 3 times a month, we want you to serve 1 time together in a month, because we believe that when you serve together, it not only brings unity, but it also brings intimacy. It's a way to rub shoulders with people and get to know them, different than just sitting in a circle, but also it gives your group the ability to partner in the unified vision of this church. And we'll make that as easy as possible for you as a group, because we know your lives are busy, but we think this is important for you to participate in. So now let's talk about the rhythm and the design of a Restore Highland Group. The time that it takes for a Restore Highland Group is about an hour to an hour and a half. Anything longer, and it's kind of missing the point of what the design of the group is. But we found most groups do it in this type of time frame, and people love it because they know it's a designated time in their week, that they know it's not going to eat up the entire evening, but it's a concentrated time of being known and knowing others in your group. It's usually a group that we recommend follows this rhythm, and we have kind of a key phrase that we use. It is all about being flexible in practice, but firm in principle. So we would love for you to try out the rhythm. And if you find that there's one thing that you go, I feel like that's really cheesy, or my group doesn't like that, keep the principle, but change the practice. Try and shift it. What's a way that doesn't make it weird for your group of people? Or what's something y'all would enjoy more? Flexible in practice, but firm as far as principle goes. So, and then the third is being able to recognize the rhythm that goes with it. So when it comes to the rhythm of a Restore Highland Group, it has 4 components. When you get together for the night, you do these 4 things. You do an opening, you do a check-in, you do a focus of the night, and you do a time of prayer. The opening is basically a time where you get to hear, hey, what are we talking about tonight? And then you get to hear a small piece of someone's story. The second is the check-in. This is a form of accountability. This is basically you choosing to say, this is how my week is going. We actually use an acronym, sounds kind of cheesy, but actually it works really well for people, of SHARE, which is just sad, happy, angry, restless, or excited. You choose one of those emotions to just say, overall my week is this. And then the third part of the rhythm, after you've checked in and done accountability with each other, is that you have a focus of the night. Every week we will push out a Christian foundation principle for you as a group to talk about, but most importantly, for your group to practice together. It's actually a way of opening yourself up to transformation, by allowing the Spirit to take moments into your life and actually transform you. So the focus time of a group specifically moves towards an I will statement. We want everyone in a group, when they meet at RHG, to walk away having a statement of, I will do X this week as a group. And then we come together, and during the check-in time, you actually say, how did last week's go? Did you do what you said that you were going to do? Was this something that was beneficial? How did you see fruit grow from it? It's all in a check-in time. And the last bit of it, once you have opened the time, once you've done accountability, and then once you've done your focus, is a time of prayer, which you'll see in the training model that we have a lot of different formats for groups to pray in. And all groups are different, and it should reflect the different types of prayer. But every group has a time of prayer where they are able to ask the question, what do you need time of prayer over? What do you need prayed over this week? And what do others in your group need prayed over this week? So these are kind of the 4 principles that happen in a Restore Highland group time. When you commit to each other, you commit to the rhythm, and you commit to serving together, in which you'll see that we have a ton of different outlets that we can make it really easy for your group to figure out, how do we want to do this? Maybe someone in your group's already doing it and you just got to join them. But this is kind of the model of a Restore Highland group in a way that we think sets you up for transformation. Now, before we leave and before you move on to any of the other online models, I would like to let you know that the one thing that we've heard over and over again from people who have been doing this for a year now is one simple secret: trust the format. As crazy as the format sounds, as different as it sounds, as cheesy as it may sound, we found that groups who have stuck to this format have grown intimately very quickly, and we've also found that transformation and story shifting and changing happen through this. Can I ask just one final question? When was the last time you had a group of people who you looked forward to every single week getting to get together with them, and you would actually move your calendar around to make sure that you were with that group? When's the last time you've had a group that you know people know your story and have seen your story change? And where every week do you go to that you have a group of people that you call your people, and they're the people who show you God? We believe at Highland that Restore Highland Groups is an opportunity for you to say, this is the group in which I've encountered and seen that. I hope you find Restore Highland Groups to be an absolute blessing. Give this website a try, check all these things out, and we would love to hear back from you of your experience with a Restore Highland Group.